What's going on, community? Having to push through a little bit of a summer cold. Man, ever since I've been traveling, man, I caught a little bit of a couple of bugs here, man. It's been kind of rough. Plus, it's hot as hell. But guys, we are rocking. PulseChain is looking pretty solid. We cleared 30,000 validators. 30,000 validators and coming up on around 80 days, not even 3 months in. That is insanity. On the validator note, there's something else that's also a little interesting there. The top sacrifice address has also been opening up a large amount of validators, so that's kind of an interesting thing that we'll probably watch a couple of those addresses. There's been some interesting things that we've seen come up from a few of these addresses that we thought would be kind of significant, whether they were some of the no expectations addresses or large sacrifice players and open up validators. So that's interesting. That can work out wild in the tokenomics. So it lowers the APR a bit on the validator. So now I think last I checked it was around 17, which is imperfect, but it gives you a relationship to kind of compare to previous APRs. So it's interesting to see how that'll play out if the lower APR starts to keep some of that pulse off market as people who already had huge bags basically just accumulate and sit on it. Could be kind of price positive in the future. Interesting to see how that'll work out. We did see a couple of good RH tweets talking about things he wants to see in the future, which is important. Like PulseChain and PulseX, they're living, breathing things. Like they'll continue to grow and improve. The community and all the things around them will improve as well. Both RH and his team and the third-party teams, the rest of us here, all the builders and PulseChain, a lot of us in the Builders Guild, will continue to build and develop on these things as well. So there's a lot that's still coming to these things. So the routers are getting cleaned up. There's DEX aggregators. There's all the famous guys building cool stuff on top. So order execution is getting better and better. And order execution is important for two things. One, you should have good order execution. You want to make sure that you're maximizing gains either on the way in or way out of these. But also, that's having good liquidity and order execution is what allows larger players to come in and move in bigger chunks, right? So hopefully we'll see if that plays out where we start to see some larger buys, and as people feel the need to come in, they're able to accumulate quicker. So that's good all the way around for those things. A big part coming up here this next week, we're going to have the highest of stakes dropping. Shout out to Kinetics. Appreciate you again, brother. So I will be out in Miami for the premiere. I'm going to be down and back pretty quick. I already had plans in Austin. So I know a lot of guys are going to come down here. I'll be out in Miami for the premiere, and then I'm going to be back in Austin on Friday. Get a chance to see everybody. I am going to be kicking off the PulseChain Conference. So I talked with Maddie. Again, we should give that guy all the love in the world, man. Organizing those events is not fun or easy. So he's done a great job with that. He reached out. So I'll be doing the opening on that on Friday morning. Haven't decided who I'm going to have with me. Probably going to bring one or two cats. Just because we're going to have a nice slot there in the beginning. So everything's looking great, guys. The community's kind of a little bit of beef on Twitter, but honestly, that's just kind of Twitter. If you really talk to everybody individually, people are pretty happy. Things are moving together. The builders are all getting ready. We're dropping our updates. There's another half dozen projects be coming out right about the same time as us. That DeFi Summer I keep telling everybody about, we're on its doorstep. So PulseChain is moving very, very well. We're seeing improvements everywhere. Look, you're even seeing big players call out for the bottoms on these things. $7, handful of people have kind of called out that the bottom is in. We're starting to see that sack price really be kind of a resistance. It's kind of flipped back and forth, but it seems like it's flipped from resistance over to support now. So overall, guys, this is gonna be a big week. I think it'll be interesting to see how the premiere we're gonna get a lot of revelry out of that. Like people are gonna get a chance to see each other, hopefully shake off some of this rest, stop yelling at each other on social media. Guys, this stuff is getting good. I'm pumped up, guys. I'm not feeling 100% as I've said, but we are getting so close. All our stuff is wrapped up on liquid loans. We're waiting on the audit from Fetch. A couple weeks on that, guys, and we're gonna be out, start pushing up that price. There's gonna be so much, guys. This is stuff that we've been working on for a long time. Some of us have been here for years working on this stuff. So to see it come to life, being invited to the premiere, getting to hang out with some of these OGs, this is what everything was about, guys. So we'll have a lot of cool documentation, cool videos coming out. I just dropped another interview with Ben. He's a super smart guy. Y'all should definitely catch that. So I definitely recommend, like I said, make sure you catch that interview with Ben. Watch CC's Last Dev update for everything we have going on in LL. And I'm going to finish my lap here in Suburbia, and I'll catch y'all this week.